Hey guys, how you doing? I'm David Madwin.
Hey, and I'm Matt Weinglass, and welcome to the Sherwood Shakeup. We're so excited about today's episode. This is really awesome, and we have we have a very amazing panel actually coming on today with us. It's our first time kind of bringing on a official panel, right, Dave?
This is a huge topic. So we're going over NFTs, how they're affecting the entertainment industry. So it's a huge scope. We've got a lot of awesome people here. We've got people from Gamer Down, people from Planet NFT, people from True Badger. Got a lot of different people going to be coming in, and it's going to be really exciting. So yeah, these are also people who are crazy busy. So we're getting them when we can, and we're super thankful that they're here.
Awesome. I think the first guest we're going to bring in very soon is Randy Turrow, which is one of our Sherwood producers. We've had such a great, amazing opportunity, even just bringing Randy into our community and just working with him on several projects right now. And then he's the guy that kind of helped us put this episode together. So let's figure out if we can get Randy in. I know he was saying he's ready. Let me make sure we can get him on here.
But, okay, so it seems like that they are.
He was saying he's
on the YouTube, but not on the Sherwood. So, hey Matt, you want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be going over? And
actually, I'm going to give a few updates about Sherwood, and while you make sure everybody has the right link to come in. Great,
got it.
Awesome. So again, this is our first time on this show, Sherwood Shakeup. We're going to be having this full panel of experts, and we're going to be taking on a topic that we are ready to do, and we're at the forefront of NFTs and blockchain, and we think that just being where we're at and having an opportunity to have these people on, it's just extremely exciting for us as Hollywood, the industry itself and gaming industry is changing. So we're about to get to our panel very soon, but in the meantime, let me just tell you guys what we have coming up for Sherwood. We do have our next director's course in the works, our new home at the Complex Hollywood, where we've been doing our live events. They've been amazing to us, and it's been such a great space for us to bring people together. People that haven't actually been, a lot of people haven't been outside or at any event rather at all in the last couple of years, and so we're just so fortunate to have a new in-person home. So all of you guys out in the Hollywood or LA area in general, just stay in touch with us, because we're going to be announcing the next the director's course and our next Spectrum workshop, which is the production workshop. We'll bring in a very special industry guest to do a live workshop with you guys at the Complex Hollywood. So make sure you sign up to our socials and at Sherwood Players, and then of course our website sherwoodplayers.com, and you can get on our mailing list, and we'll give you guys, we do a monthly update on all of our projects. We have several feature films in the works. Plus, we have a business audio theater audiobook about to do casting on. So we do need all you actors out there as well. So so this is an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be part of the entertainment industry. Things are changing. They're changing rapidly. And right now, I'd like to welcome our first guest to come in and help introduce the panel to us. He's a new associate, a friend of the community, and a fellow producer. We're working on several projects together right now, but I'd like to welcome to the show Randy Turrow. Welcome, Randy.
Hey, how are you?
There he is.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Randy, first of all, I just want to say just thanks so much for taking the time to engage with us, and not just on this show, but in several ways. You've been able to help our community and help kind of structure and build some of the projects that we have in the works right now. That it's really just about kind of taking that extra thought and that extra time and patience to get everything right. And that's something that I just want to compliment you on right off the bat, that you've really helped us take that extra time to make sure that we crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's before going into something that we want to get right. And I think that's the idea, is get everything right and be successful.
Well, we do the best we can, and getting it right is good, but it's also good to explore, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, how we can all be our own creators And we're not always going to get the best NFT off the top, but we're going to keep doing it and pursuing it because it's a volatile space now that's going to explode. And one of the reasons it's so exciting to be here is that all the old money, all the multi-billionaires, they're looking at it, and they're looking at the crypto and things, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're all going to jump in on it because it is a new economy, the NFTs, and and you can tell that it's a new economy because it's decoupled. For example, with crypto going down, NFTs kind of leveled off and started climbing, and so it's separate economy that's going on. And once everybody starts to recognize that, they're going to put a lot of money into it. And all the people like you're spearheading this with David, getting people excited about it at this juncture means they can be at the beginning of something, enormous. It's not unlike getting into, when Jeff Bezos says, I'm just going to sell a few books online. And then he expanded if you got into that business early. Or, Steve Jobs saying, well, I'll sell some songs on an iPod. And then he got it transferred over to the phone and getting stock at that early time. That's where we're at right now. It's about to be one of the biggest industries, in the last 20 years.
Excellent. I'm excited, Randy. Can we start? I would like to get into the film Gamer Down. So let's start with that and explain to us what is happening with this film we've never seen before. As far as bringing in NFTs, bringing in this type of product into the.
Hey, sorry, really quick. Let me interrupt you, Randy. I think you may have. Is the YouTube open in the background for you? Like, do you also have the YouTube page running?
I turned it off.
Okay.
Next StreamYard. Why, is there a problem?
Yeah, there's just some weird feedback going on. I'm not sure what that's from. Matt, if you could also just check yours, make sure that YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not on the YouTube link, but it does sound like someone is on. So I think you were definitely onto something there, Dave. But yeah, if any of our guests or anybody that has the YouTube link up at the same time, we should turn that off for sure.
Awesome. Well, it may just be the ghost of StreamYard. So I'll let you guys continue and hope that the spirits leave you guys alone.
Awesome. Okay. So and that's Dave. He's keeping an eye on things for us. We really appreciate his expertise. But hey, Randy, why don't we get into a little bit about Gamer Down and a little bit about Metamars as well, because I would like to bring in some of our other guests to talk as well.
Yeah, Gamer Down came about over a year ago, and it's basically about a gamer who has to go to gamer rehab, and we create from a comedy point of view. We've put a number of name actors into it. They're all really excited about doing it. They're breakout actors and they're established actors. And we brought in a director, a very unique visionary. He's worked with both Spielberg and Stanley Kubrick. And so you have one of the most commercial directors in the history of cinema and most innovative directors. And he's been around both of them. And what makes his name is Mark Fusco. What makes him unique is that he did 14 movies with Steven Spielberg as his right-hand guy. And now he does these like teasers. Studios hire him for teasers. They hire him to do trailers and also to fix movies that haven't been testing well. When he gets done with them, they test over 90%. And when they test 90% then or over, then they become like a license to print money because the studios recognize that commodity because you'll get word of mouth. And so we're bringing that kind of like pinnacle commerciality to a new way of looking at cinema. And the big thing about this is that it's going to be the first time probably in history where when you see the beginning titles, the opening credits and the end titles, that the end credits rather, that's not where the movie begins or ends. And this is what we're bringing with this new technology. The game within, we're going to have several games within it. One of them is Metamars. Metamars is going to be these characters. And, it's an interesting conceit that they came up with is that, there's these explorers coming to Mars. There's whole colonies that live in Mars. They live underneath, inside of Mars. And they see these people coming. And what happens is people are discovering, they have to decide, do they want to be in the future or do they want to live in the past the way they used to be? And it's kind of like what we're running up against in society today. That's why I think that the game's going to be so provocative. How do we move into the future without having to destroy it? And how do we let the past go without it, causing us damage, and things, so we can move forward? And so that ties in with what we're trying to achieve with the movie as well, where we're going to show a new way of looking at cinema and that people have never seen before. And we're going to give the opportunity for people to participate in the movie's profits. And we're introducing a number of new technologies which people will be able to engage with as well to improve their lives, and also to put in their portfolio if they want to do that, in addition to the NFTs, which they can build a portfolio and a future with those as well.
Excellent. I love that, and it's very exciting. I never heard anything like this before, as far as an actual Hollywood film and engaging with this type of content into the film, and for the audience to participate as well. So let's do this. Can we bring in our? We have two folks from Metamars here with us right now, and I'd love to have them expand on the company and tell us more about it. We have Austin and Peter. Hey guys, welcome to the Sherwood Shakeup.
How you guys doing?
Very
Great
cool.
to be here.
Good to have you guys here. Thank you guys for taking your time out today with us. I know you guys, today's a pretty big day for you, for Metamars. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah. Well, we've been working on this thing for what feels like eons, and it's been fantastic, just building, just really with the whole Web3 world. I wanted to have one of our mystery Martians behind me here, our Meta Martians. So it feels like it's been, we've been working so hard on just developing a product that can, one, have the technology that can be groundbreaking, but two, have it with all the right partners and all the right mentalities, that it's also so open-ended with how Web3 is developing with the future. Because right now, we don't know what Web3 will look like. We don't know what the finished product is going to be. So, having the right partners, the right people in mind, I mean, none of us will know, but it's all about the process. And so that's where great minds like Randy, great minds like Peter, the Project Moon Gold community, the True Badger community, a lot of the people that have been coming from these spaces are thinking way beyond what Web 2.0 is doing, just the Internet of Things. And so but through the decentralization, through creating opportunities, rebuilding everything that's in the current world again, but on the blockchain, is an incredible opportunity to do things again, but the right way. And so it all starts with one person to get another person, and that could be you, and you could get another person, your friend, and that's how you can just get the ball rolling. Because if we don't do it, someone else is going to do it with way more money, and knock us out. But coming out together, working together, collaboration, understanding the vision, we can all come around and make something really amazing.
Hey guys, so really quick, as the person tuning in who has heard about NFTs but doesn't know what they are, what is an NFT? Very quickly, what is blockchain? What is Web 3.0? And what is IoT, the Internet of Things? Let's just say that I don't know what a non-fungible token is. Whoops.
Peter, do you want to try that one?
Non-fungible token. So it's pretty simple. They're unique digital items that are offered for people to acquire and have. So a token is a fungible token. Essentially, one token is equal to the value of the other ones. Non-fungible tokens are these things that have a unique property to them, and they're able to, let's say in a series of 10,000 NFTs in a series, one may be way more valuable than the other. If I have a token and I have 10,000 tokens, all those tokens have the same value at the same time. So essentially, they're collectibles in the digital space that are protected by a blockchain. Blockchain is simple, guys. It's a ledger that is immutable, and it tracks information very accurately. So it's on a distributed ledger instead of a centralized ledger where somebody can, in a centralized ledger, at any point, someone can hack, or someone who has access to it can go in and change data, and that becomes the official record. In a decentralized, no one person can change it, because it takes consensus of the network to say whether that information is false or true. And it has a accurate record of all the transactions that took place before that. And so it's able to look back, come up with the accurate consensus, and then make that decision. So it's really the best way to store and create information. And that's why it's been able to be valued, tokenized into a cryptocurrency and now into NFTs, because the information is guaranteed accurate. And that's what can give it the value on top of the utility that's created by that technology. So hopefully that answers those questions in not too technical of a way. It is the future of our world, right? There's Raoul Paul has talked a lot about this, to tokenization of the entire world that's coming and that's moving forward. And one of the neat things when I first talked with Randy about is we've been looking at it, how the blockchain, cryptocurrency, and NFTs can have a major impact on taking a lot of industries, not just Hollywood, but a lot of industries that have been closed off for the average person to participate in. I was just on talking to some guys that are in the regular gaming industry, and they're crossing over into this space. And an A-title game is $100 million in development money. How do I participate in something like that? Now you come over onto the blockchain in this new GameFi and these and start to enter in that space. And all of a sudden, by getting an NFT or by getting a token that is launching a game, I, as an individual, can participate in that and be a part of it. And of course, now Randy's talking about us being able to be involved in movies without being a Hollywood mogul, right? Where we can then, I don't know about everybody else on here, but I know movies that have had an impact on my life. I know it was made up stuff on the screen, but the way I felt about it, the way it inspired me to do better in business, to do better in life, relationships, entertainment, they have such a major impact in our lives. It's my thought process is that should be able to belong to a lot more people than just a few elites in Hollywood. And that's where I see the token and all the stuff that's going on, the things with Metamars, where we're going to be able to bring that to people on an ongoing basis. There's a term that I've put together, which is called the participatory economy. That's where the future of our whole world economy is. And that is when you participate, whether it's going to watch a movie, playing a game, you actually then earn an interest, the ability to monetize your participation instead of just sitting on the sidelines and having people make money off of us.
I just wanted to comment on what you're saying, because you got me really excited, is that we're going from that participatory economy to the creator economy, and it's taken its next step now where we, the participants, are the creators. And that's what the difference is. And that's a totally different financial sector that no one's ever seen. And it's brand new information. And when you get involved with new information, that's when you can monetize it. That's when you organize it into knowledge. And that knowledge becomes monetized and you bring into the economy. And that's where we make all the money. And just as an example, I'll give you parallel structure so you can see what that is. It's like when Steve Jobs took like an iPhone and he put music on it. He wanted to make sure that people would not be without their iPhone. They put music, they put apps on it, they put a flashlight on it, they put cameras, all kinds of stuff in it. And then they said, and he just, all that information was out there, but he combined it together. It's new knowledge. Now it's $1 trillion company. Jeff Bezos did the same thing. People were able to buy things before, but he said, what if I had them buy them off the internet? What if I made it easy to buy on the internet? What if I took it just books and did everything? You can shop for anything, and I'll give incentives. And also, I'll make sure it gets delivered quickly. They don't have to wait for it. Everybody wants that. He took all this information that's already out there, he refined it, turned it into knowledge, and he monetized it because he achieved it. That's what we can do with NFTs now. It's the brand new economy. No one's ever seen it. What Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs were talking about in the late 90s, people thought it was a joke. When they said we're going to go into a cloud, we won't be keeping information on our hard drive, people would say, to me personally, Randy, you're in the clouds. You know, so we're really at that step right now. It's so exciting. We're in that infancy, but it's clear that NFTs are carving out a clear role in the financial sector. And thank you, Peter, for explaining that. And also thank you, Austin, for like taking that step and putting your money on the line and putting your sweat into it and making this come alive today. By the way, do you guys have an update on how we're doing today?
We sold out 25% in the first 20 minutes that we went live. So I have not looked at it since. We are over 1,000. We had a private sale that sold 300. So we're sitting around 1,500 if you count the 333 that we've sold previously, because we have a 4,000 supply. So we're pretty close to 50%.
Yeah, and I think we'd be over that right now. The Matic network is running a little slow because I went in to do mine and I couldn't get in my Matic wallet right now. So I think with that, we'll definitely go in, when we go into the public sale on Thursday, guys. I don't think it's going to last more than 20-30 minutes for what's left, the remainder left, and that'll sell out all 4,004 Metamartian NFTs. So it's exciting.
Yeah, you can pretty much take whatever I say and increase it, because I'm always going to be very conservative. Sorry for interrupting you, Matt.
I love it. Under promise and over deliver, Austin. That's a good. That's very good. No, and again, I'll just piggyback off of Randy. You guys, thank you for explaining this from the start to the finish here. And we, our audiences, they're they have questions, and I'll tell you this, like, what Randy was talking about as far as comparing this time in this very significant time we seem to be in right now with technology and entertainment. And we think of other times in the past. We think of Steve Jobs, and we think of these other moments in history where things changed and we didn't see it coming, or some people saw it coming, others didn't, and they were very skeptical. How do we right now in this moment relieve people's skepticism? People who think that this is like NFTs are unstable and it's just a bunch of hype. How do we relieve their skepticism and let them know that, like, I mean, we have to be at the forefront of new we have to be pioneers in a sense. But what can you tell them personally? Because I've had people talk to me even in the last week before leading up to this show. They were saying, hey, how do we know that this stuff is legit and it's not going to fall apart?
Yeah, I mean, Peter and I are probably about to say the exact same thing.
Go ahead, Austin. You go first.
99.9% of the projects are exactly as you said, overhyped pictures of animals, for the most part. And so just like you would assess any business, if you're going to buy stocks, there's a lot of due diligence that's required. Who's the team behind it? What have they done? Do they know blockchain? How much work has gone in prior to even taking on investment to what you're doing, right? So prior to like us doing the public sale and all of this, there's months and months of work, and everything that we say that we're doing, there's credibility. There's people coming up and showing this is what we've done, this is where we're at, so that there's nothing that we're trying to say. There's nothing that I'm ever saying we're going to do. In fact, everything that we are doing, if I say something, we've either done it, or there's someone who has come up and they have the reputation behind them to show their track record that can prove that based on what their previous outputs are, you can have a predictable outcome of what their future would look like. But there's never, to understand about NFTs though also is that we're talking about building engines before there's the Ferraris or anything like that. Yeah. We're not all the way there yet. These tools are being refined. Blockchains, we're so premature that blockchains aren't even interacting with each other yet. And they all require each other to reach their actual full potential. So that's one of the reasons that working with Peter together, we're partnered up with Muon Network, and that is a cross-chain platform. So we're not making any bet that Ethereum, Solana, Matic, any of these platforms will be the successful one. We're cross-chain with all of them, and we're actually the first, so far by our research, we are the first ever decentralized cross-chain platform. So it's never going off the blockchain to some guy's server to do the work to switch networks to come back onto Ethereum or Binance. It's all on-chain. They've created a blockchain to do that all. And so our focus is we want to be where the future will be, and not take any gambles on any one particular thing. And so ultimately, I think anyone that comes up and says they know where Web3 is going to be, or they know where the metaverse is going to be, no one knows, and that's not the project you want to invest in. If you're looking for a quick flip, that's not my style. That's not any of our styles. That's not what we're looking for. If you want to truly be a part of the future of the NFTs, of Web3, where things are really going to be, you want to find a project you can invest into, be a part of that community, and add value to it, because you know that it's going to bring that value right back to you. And so you want to find, and so that's why our communities, we didn't do any marketing to the masses to build, the purchasing power behind the NFTs. It's all true communities that know us. And if they don't know us yet, they can really quickly figure that out. So I hope that helps.
Absolutely.
I'll pass the baton.
Absolutely. And thanks again, guys, for, go ahead, Randy.
Well, just the real key is that the way to invest, or the way to lead your life, is that you look historically at things. And if things work historically, they'll work in the future. They call it's a principle called the Lindy effect. And if something's like Shakespeare's been around 500 years, they think he'll be around another 500 years. Or Scripture's been around so many years. And why does it have a continuity? And it's because it becomes part of their DNA. The glass behind me, glass has been around for so many years. We can assume some form of looking out a window. Windows are going to be here, those kind of things. So when you look at economies, the early economies, people were by themselves, the Neanderthals or whatever, and they would talk to each other. And then they would say, if I have to go out hunting all day, who's going to do the planting? And they would start doing their economy, and they'd say, listen, if you can give me some of your meat, I'll give you some of my vegetables. And it's a creation of a new economy. And so if you look at NFTs, not about the art or the utility, but you look at it as about community. And that's essential, because that's been part of what human beings have done best, is come together as a community, and they create and forge new economies. And that's what this is. That will make much more sense to you when you view these new assets through that kind of a lens.
Excellent. Well said, Randy. Hey, do you guys want to hang out for a little bit? We're going to actually bring in our next guests. And Austin, Peter, you're welcome to hang on okay, great. Yeah, awesome. So we're going to bring in our next guest from Planet NFT. We have Jude Thomas and Susan Miner. Thank you guys for being with us on the show today. it's really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us. It's exciting.
Absolutely. And so what we want to know about, because there's lots happening in the NFT world, and we wanted to bring you guys in because it's what Planet NFT is about. We'd love to hear you just tell us Jude, how did you start the company, or what is it you're doing with them, and how are people able to engage with you?
Oh, sure, absolutely. It's not my company. I'm a executive there. I'm a VP.
Okay.
Started by a very serious serial entrepreneur named Scott Purcell.
Awesome.
And he has always been on the forefront of things. He helped write the Jobs Act. He founded a company called Prime Trust and provided the financial rails to 9 of the 10 biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, became the largest player behind the scenes in that industry. And now, with all of that experience and know-how, we have started. He started, and I joined the team, Planet NFT, to do the same thing that was done for the cryptocurrency exchanges, and be the back office supplier to all of the cryptocurrency projects. NFT projects, like he was providing the tech to all the cryptocurrency exchanges. So what we are doing and what we have created is the ability for someone to focus on what they do best. You hear in this industry that the most important thing is community in order to create a successful NFT launch. Well, so you should be able to focus on that, or I should say our clients should be able to go focus on their front end. So it's their marketing, it's their website, and then everything else after that when it comes to blockchain, minting, custody of the NFTs, credit card processing, compliance, and all that kind of stuff. We handle all that for one integration, and all via APIs. And so what does that do? That means that if someone wants to launch their NFT project, they don't have to maintain a tech team of blockchain programmers or Solidity coders, and they can just integrate with us, and we take care of all that. We maintain all the technology, all the software, we provide all the financial rails, and we ensure, and a few things, other things that we're doing is we ensure the existence of the NFT's metadata in perpetuity. So you're seeing situations where people buy an NFT and whoever's hosting the metadata, doesn't pay the server bill, or they delete the file. So now someone paid $100,000 for an NFT and their file's actually gone. So we're going to provide custody, because we also provided that to the cryptocurrency exchanges. So when that NFT is minted in our system, it's going to exist forever. Among other things, we're going to have an authenticity link, or I should say badge, on the NFTs, which is another issue in this industry right now. Like has been mentioned, we're at the forefront of this industry, but because of our experience, we already see where things are going and where the problems are, and we're way ahead of everybody else in solving all those issues because we have the experience. So anyway, that's a kind of a brief overview. I'll stop there and see if you have any questions.
No, that's great. And we do have some questions specifically coming from some of our audience. They're asking what Double Trouble asked, what benefits do NFTs provide the independent artist? So
NFTs are going to provide a lot more power, a lot more control. An artist could release their music as an NFT and control the sales themselves potentially. But beyond that, I think the most important thing with NFTs is the perpetuity of royalty income. So if there's an NFT created, either an artist by themselves or an artist with their label, either way, it doesn't matter. Every time that NFT changes hands, there's a royalty paid, and it goes instantly into the creator's wallet. And it can be split up. Like we're working actually with Sony. We're in the process of converting Sony's entire database. And one of the reasons that they're realizing that they have to get into NFTs is for this royalty thing, this royalty structure. So if an NFT sells 4 million times in its lifetime, then the artist is going to get royalties every single time. And so that's the beauty of NFTs all the way around, whether it's an artist like creating digital images, or if it's a musician or a movie. The royalties are the key. And that's the benefit of it, the biggest benefit.
Okay. No, that's amazing, because that's what artists need are the ones that need to connect in this industry. So how can, this is from Leslie, how can NFTs be promoted, and are NFTs secure, or is there a chance of somebody ripping them off?
Well, they can be promoted through, marketing on the internet or listing them on existing exchanges. And like we said, if you're actually in community, if you're actually an NFT project, then you would build your community around Discord, Twitter, Telegram, and then market the NFT through that. The second part of the question, as far as them being secure, that's another thing that we're solving that hasn't been fully solved yet. A lot of these wallets out there are issues with MetaMask and hacking and that kind of stuff. But because of some of the things that we're working on, we're going to be able to help people with that. But there are ways to protect it. But just like anything else, when you're dealing with technology and computers, there is a possibility of being hacked. But you got to follow best practices.
Okay. Now you're sitting next to Susan, and I would love to hear about, Susan, your personal experience developing NFTs for art therapy. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's very interesting because you guys were talking, Randy and Austin were talking about creating community, and they're talking about, everyone applying themselves to it. So art therapy has a way where people can individually apply themselves, and it becomes a time to reflect and analyze what's going on with oneself. So that's art therapy. You can use whatever medium to express yourself. So these independent artists, when they're creating NFTs, or if they're creating a painting for their wall or painting a car, that's their outlet. And then they can access creativity in parts of their brain that allows them to open up and ask themselves why maybe am I not connected with my community, or why do I have an addiction, or why am I not turning towards life affirming behaviors. So whatever, problem someone might have. So, this combination allows them really to have creative expression, and it allows them to really access their healing. And it becomes never about the end product. So the NFT becomes an expression. It becomes a way to commune with themselves and commune with the community.
I love that. I think that really goes to another, even into another topic that we've discussed. And I want to bring Randy in on this discussion, because we talk about the responsibility we have, especially as artists, and we're bringing people into a space that it can be challenging, just even from a mental wellness point of view, because and even this, like, I'd love to bring this back to even the movie Randy, for Gamer Down, because we're talking about a topic of video gamers and people that can maybe dive into so far into something that they might lose themselves mentally, spiritually. And so we do have a responsibility, I think, to help people and let them know that that this technology isn't something we want to lose ourselves in, but we want to connect with ourselves better and understand ourselves better and be able to connect with others. So I don't know if Randy, do you want to comment on that? Because I think this is interesting topic.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways to look at it. We've been dealing with some scientists and like really high-end scientists on our other movie that we were doing together, as you know, with Masha's. And we have this movie is unique because we go to, or has a corollary to it, because it's somebody that has to go to a gamer rehab. And we found that over the past so many years, when people do go to rehab, it could be the last 50 years or 100 years, whatever form that takes, the way they feel, one of the effective treatments, or they thought that had efficacy to it, was to drug people and to give them drugs. And what that drugs was, like, they'd feel depressed, they'd have anxiety, or whatever that emotion was going on that was deleterious to their well-being. They'd say, well, let's drug it. And they feel by drugging it, it deadens it, and they can't respond to the world. And so now they feel, okay, now I'm least functioning, even though, they've cut me off. The new technology, and, what Suzanne was just talking about, and what, and what the scientists we've been dealing with, is that the brain will actually correct itself if it knows how to correct itself. Mm-hmm. So you can do it by mirroring it, or from the right and left to balance it out. There are different technologies now that do that. And there's also, they found, like, for example, with the PET scan or scans like that, where they can actually read the metabolic activity going on. So anxiety creates a certain kind of metabolic activity, drug addiction, like an opiate does, and it creates a vessel that opens up. And then when that vessel opens, because it's alive, it wants to eat and it wants more. So if you're depressed, you'll get more depressed. Or if you do drugs, you'll want more drugs. Mm-hmm. You can't ever get the same satisfaction. So the thing that was remarkable, Suzanne's talking about, and something that you should, I'm excited about what she was saying, because now you can create, by being a creator, you can remap who you are. You can redefine mm-hmm. who that is, and you can play it back in real time and see it and create these things. And when you find something, whether it's transcendental or just something bigger than yourself, and you say, and you respect it, then you want to become like that. Now you're feeding that vessel, and you're right. Overcoming this, and you're correcting. And you can correct me too, Susan, because I'm not an expert.
No, Randy, you're on it. You said before that, part of your movie, they're going to decide if they're going to live in the past or in the future. And when we're stuck in the emotions of anxiety and depression, we're living in the past. So you say, why are you depressed? Well, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me. I'm in the past. But if you're doing something that's creative and you're focused, where are you? You're in the present. And when you're in the present and you're creating, and if you have an intention and you create something that's beautiful, or you create something that's life-affirming or fantastic, then you are focusing your future in that direction, and then you're rewiring your brain, just like you were saying. Yeah. So you
Wow.
got it.
That's incredible. I thank you, Susan, and thank you, Jude, for enlightening us with where you guys are what you're bringing to the table in this crazy industry and with NFTs, and just really doing what I think we all need to do is we need to be about bettering humanity, right? I mean, we're talking about opportunities of building our careers and making money and being successful, but what's underneath all that? And I think we have to keep we have the responsibility to keep ourselves, setting a good example that we're bringing something important to the world. We're helping humanity. So we keep that. We have to remind ourselves maybe sometimes that it's for more than just about our own personal goals and our own desires, but we're bettering the planet. That's what I like.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. I mean, we have a lot of power in our hands now because of cryptocurrency and blockchain that we didn't have previously. And it's up to us as humans to do the right thing with this technology to help our fellow brothers and sisters. Certainly, we all want to be successful, and we will, but we will be much more successful by doing what we know is right. And there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of dynamics at play when we can tap into the creative aspect of people while also making sure that their financial aspect is handled, whether that be through NFTs or DeFi, then we're doing the right thing, and that's the intention. How much money do you need? I mean, let's share it with everybody else, and we'll make plenty too, right?
I love it. Well said. Thank you. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say thank you again, Susan and Jude, and we had some other topics we want to get to, and we're running short of time here. But Randy, did you want to add something really quick, Randy?
Well, no, if you have to move on, but I'm just saying, capitalism, honest capitalism, is what everybody wants. Everybody wants truth. They want love in their life, and that's these NFTs. Is just like Susan said, she hit around the number, and also you too, Jude. Is that by being a creator, taking control of your life, you create your future. And if everybody's doing that, they're all bringing their colors to the world. They're all bringing certain music. And now we're enriching the fabric of society rather than a few people, which it had to be that way because we didn't have iPhones and computers that ubiquitously talk to everybody at the same time. So we have this new way of looking at participating in the world, and we can all be happy. We don't have to flip the switch off and be depressed because someone tells us we have to be or we're in an echo chamber. Now we flip it. Here's the NFT, the Rypplyzz technology and everything else that we're working with here. And I've been talking to Jude about it, and obviously about Matt, is that people will be able to create an NFT and put it in locations around the world because it interacts with the real geo nets, real physical reality. So if an actor wants somebody at Warner Brothers to know about them, they can put it in the driveway when the executive is arriving there, or the producer or director, and they'll see their picture come up as they arrive at that driveway of Warner Brothers, or wherever they want to go. And these are NFTs, and we'll talk about that another time. I know you got to move on.
Yeah, and before you go, guys, where can we find you, Susan and Jude, on social media or websites?
Social media, well, it's Facebook at Susan Miner Beauty, but mostly it's SusanMinerBeauty.com. And
I'm PlanetNFT.com. The site's up, and if you put fill out the contact form, just put my name in there.
Yeah, or LinkedIn, of course.
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Jude's on LinkedIn.
For sure.
Jude Thomas,
Yeah, Jude Thomas on.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we got that. We've put up Susan's website along with Planet NFT's website. Okay. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for being with me. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Excellent. This has been awesome. We're packing so much in such a short time. I feel like we're doing like a preview of something else. Right, Randy? We're kind of doing this almost a trailer of so many things in the works right now. But while we're still here, oh wait, Randy, we're missing you. You're on mute. Mute.
It's we're a map. We're like the table of contents.
Yeah.
Because there's so much. Jude's one of the smartest guys on the planet with what he does. And Susan, obviously, you heard what she was talking about, bringing that love and understanding to the world. But that takes a lot to express all that. but we're at least showing you the tip of the iceberg right now. And we should explore these throughout and get the community at Sherwood excited about this and working with us, because it takes a community to create a beautiful society.
Excellent. Hey, so Randy, before I'm going to bring Dave in, we're going to talk a little bit about Sherwood in a second. But first, can you give us a little tip about what's happening this weekend with the Super Bowl and the company Rypplyzz? I know we were supposed to have maybe a rep come on for Rypplyzz, but maybe you can tell us very quickly about that and what is happening with Rypplyzz.
Yeah. So as we, the Super Bowl, it's like one of these, not once in a lifetime, but it's like once in a generation, maybe, opportunities, because not only is the Super Bowl here in LA, but the Super Bowl is with the home team here in LA, and it's at a brand new stadium that you guys should go see if you ever have if you arrive in LA. It's right near the LA airport. Take your time to go see it, because it's it's just like one of those wonders of the world, like the Eiffel Tower or the Golden State Bridge. But anyhow, what we've decided to do with Rypplyzz is that there's a halftime show going on, and so they went to the top person at the halftime show, the top selling person or whatever, that gets the most views and everything like that. And then it turned out to be Mary J. Blige, and she's going to be performing, and she's going to come to a party afterwards that we're putting the Super Bowl after party, and she's going to introduce a new album there, and because she wanted to use that as a forum to introduce it. So she's going to be there and bring all her friends. And there's like five performers at the Super Bowl this year. It's like Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Puff Daddy. Get all the rest.
Dr. Dre's performing, I think.
Dr. Dre, yeah, he's the producing. Yeah. Dr. Dre's producing.
And Snoop.
Snoop, right? Yeah. So they're all going to be showing up, or at least they've been invited to. There's a lot of stuff going on afterwards. So yeah. But what we're doing uniquely is that when people come into this, they're going to be able to see how this new Rypplyzz technology works. So it's going to be unveiled to the publicly in a group setting for the first time. And basically Rypplyzz is the newest, greatest technology on the planet. And it's kind of like the nexus of all the metaverse, and it's more like a hive because it stacks a bunch of blockchains together. So all these blockchains can interact together, and the entire world can interact, and it's immutable. And they also tie it in with, they have this patentable technology that puts these little tubes in every, trillions of them on the planet in real geophysical places. So everywhere on the planet you can go. So if you, like, Valentine's is coming up and you have a beautiful girlfriend, Matt, and you want to make her feel special, you can have it when she walks into, because she's a nurse, right? When she walks in the hospital, she could have a big Valentine there. When she gets home, you can have it in the driveway, and like it comes up on her phone, it beeps on her phone, and you go, she goes, "What's this?" And you go, "Happy Valentine's," and whatever you'd say to her. And like, that's totally special. No one's done that. So this thing, we're going to do this with the movie too. We don't want to talk about exactly how it's going to work, because we want to reveal it and get everybody excited about it when it starts to happen and be a surprise. So, but at this party this Sunday, we're going to be able to, and you can, I think they may still have some tickets for sale for it and everything. So you'll be able to put that onto the Sherwood site if people want to find out.
There is, I think there's an Eventbrite link set up. So we're definitely going to share that, because there's there's different, I think there's different levels of ticket, like VIPs, but there's also a general admission as well. So hopefully, we'll put that up for our group for sure. Absolutely. Hey, listen, so I want to let's check in really quick with Peter and Austin one more time. Hi guys. I wanted to give you guys a chance to, first of all, did you any new updates on what's happening right now in real time you want to share with us? And we forgot to ask you about your socials and your website. We want to make sure you guys get a chance to plug that.
Perfect. Go ahead, Austin. I'm going to go check and see how we're doing. All right. While you do that, I'm going to see if I can pull it up. All right.
Oh, you're on mute.
Oh,
There we go.
okay. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay,
Awesome.
cool. So he's going to check on that. And what was your question? I'm sorry. When you said that, I was like, oh, where are we at? And
Oh
I
no,
started looking for
Peter's
that.
checking for you. But in the meantime, we forgot to give you guys a chance to share your socials and your website so we can make sure people can connect. Because this is an important time right now for you guys. So we want to get people engaged.
It's going to be the last time you can ever get any of these Metamartians at the price we're selling them for right now, which is 100 Matic. We nearly sold out all of the NFTs just on people putting deposits down between our Project Moon Gold and our True Badger communities. That is not the website.
That's not the website. Okay.
No. It's mixedmartianartsclub.io.
Okay.
Yes.
.io.
So think about mixed martial arts and just change martial to Martian Arts Club.
I love it. Okay, I think Dave's putting that up for us right now. There we go. Is that?
There we go.
Awesome.
Mixed Martian Arts Club.io. That's the money.
Awesome. Okay.
Heck yeah.
The people need to know that you said Thursday you were going to go. Is the public availability is Thursday? Is that like a certain time, or people need to know when they can get in on that?
2 p.m. Pacific
2 p.m.
time. Yep,
2 p.m. Pacific time.
We're pretty much sold out. Right now on deposits, we were between the deposits and what's been allocated, we're way over 3,000. We're looking at the public sale to be anywhere between 600 to 700 NFTs. And those are going to clear out super quickly. Once they're done, we're basically going to do, right now you cannot see the Martian you purchase. You won't be able to until what happens on Saturday. We do a reveal party. Everybody's Martians can be revealed, and then you can go in and you can see the rarity values of all of the different traits within your character. Like, what is a sword? Like, how many are there swords? How many are there earpieces?
It's all right.
How many cowboy hats? So we're excited to have that event. The next day we have the Super Bowl after party. We've got tons of branding at this event. Mary J. Blige is hosting it, and we've got our brand on the Step and Repeat for all of the photos. So we're excited to get all the brand exposure. There's no projects right now that are getting all of the things done that we've been doing. So
awesome. And we said earlier we're gonna share the Eventbrite link in case there's a last minute tickets people want to get to the Mary J. Blige party. So we'll share that on our video when we get that posted. But hey, Peter, we got any updates?
We continue to grow. So I believe right now it's over 1,300 that have already been claimed in the white sale side of things. And I think right now will be between 600 and 700 available for the public sale. So those are going to go extremely fast. I've already got about a dozen people who were not able to get into the white sale that are already going to be there right at 2 o'clock on Thursday to mint those and get that done. There's not a lot of things that are for sure in life, but for sure 4,004 Martians are going to be gone, right? They're going right away once it launches in the public sale. So, and again, I think when you look at this from a business perspective, exposure is what grows brands, right? It's what grows demand with the film, with what's coming up with the Super Bowl, and with other things that are planned throughout the next year, with Rypplyzz doing events all over the country at some point and us being involved with that. The exposure to this brand is going to be huge. And so the potential, of course, for these to move forward and grow is going to be tremendous. The first part of the game is already built. It just needs to now have those NFTs inserted in it. So the play to earn will be in full force in the next couple of months. So that's another added avenue that will help build on the value of the NFTs and continue to move forward. I will say, guys, the community that gets behind a project is extremely important. And one of the issues with a lot of other projects out there are the people that are getting involved are only there for one thing, and that's to make a quick buck, right? To get in, put them for sale, and dump them. The community that is behind this project are holders. And then that helps drive up the secondary market. And I know because we've built that community. We have a relationship with them. We talk about not being, treating the crypto or NFT space as a slot machine, right? You keep pushing the button until you hit a jackpot, and then, move forward for them, move to another machine, or try to leave the casino kind of thing. So we have built this intentionally with the idea and the concept of building long-term real value that will then continue to, not just at some point, and Gary Vee has said this, 99% of all NFTs will probably be worthless, right? But there'll be that 1%. Now, I want you to think about this. You have the whole world that's going to get exposed to NFTs, probably over 1 billion people at some point that are going to own these and be a part of it. And then what's coming out content-wise, 1% of those will control the dollar volume that's coming through from all of people, according to Gary Vee, not according to me.
Right.
So that can tell you the value of what some of these we write if you pick the right projects. So here's the key, guys. Docs teams, people that their skill level, if they're getting into the gaming business or they're getting into whatever it is, make sure they know what they're doing and not just as many people that are here to do it legitimately. There's 10 people that are here just to make a quick buck, go Lambo, and, go buy a house on an island. So make sure you're doing your homework when you're getting involved in these projects, and make sure they have a community of people that are talking about holding, that are in it for the long haul. And another thing is on GameFi, really important. If the GameFi is just swipe and you make $100 and swipe tomorrow, make $100, show me a game in the regular gaming space, which is worth tens of billions of dollars a year. Show me a game where you swipe where there's no play value to it. The games that are going to make it long-term are going to be like Mixed Martial Arts Club. Why? Because they're going to actually not just make money, but you're going to enjoy while you're making money. There'll be a challenge there. They're using game theory in this side of it. So, when you look at this, look at it from a business perspective. I believe us as individuals, not me as a company project owner, but as an individual, we have a responsibility for the long term of the NFT and crypto space. And so we've got to think that way. What are going to be the Amazons 10, 15 years from now in this space with crypto and with NFTs? What are going to be the Sonys? What are going to be the projects that have long-term? Those are the ones you want to support. Those are the ones you want to get involved with. I love this space. I love the fact that it's going to bring us together, the world together, and the value that the blockchain provides. And, just hopefully you look at our project and you get involved with it, because it's a great project with a great team, movie. I mean, the people that are involved with this and getting behind this, it's got a higher chance than 99% of the projects out there to be successful and to create some type of return and value. I don't like to use ROI. I like to use ROVC, return on value created.
Oh, I like that. Return on value creative.
Yeah.
ROVC. Love it. I love it. Well, hey, thank you guys. Thank you, Austin, Peter, both of you. And I hope if you are able to join us, we're going to be on Clubhouse very soon. We were supposed to start at the top of the hour, but what we ended up doing is we pushed it a few minutes because we just want to do a little check-in with our group. But are you guys able to come with us on Clubhouse in a little bit?
I've got another promotion, another call to do, but maybe Austin, can you make it, buddy?
I will look to join in. I can't commit for too long,
no
just
problem.
Because we have another call coming up here.
No problem. But we have the rest of our other
in.
guests. It's all good. But thank you guys for taking the time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay, great. Okay, so that was an amazing hour we just spent. Listen, let's continue the conversation, everyone. If you guys are listening live right now, we're gonna move right over to Clubhouse. Oh, there we are. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Oh, your sound.
There we go. All right.
Awesome.
Hey, just before we hop over to Clubhouse, I want to say really quickly, thank you so much to Randy. Thank you so much to Jude and Susan and Austin and Peter for being on here. And like I said, this is not a one-off episode. We will be continuing these episodes. We're going to be doing a deep dive into Rypplyzz, a deep dive into how NFTs and blockchain are actually going to be changing the way that movies are made and distributed and produced. And really a democratization of information, a democratization of wealth and power. through the entertainment industry. And Sherwood Players is going to be a part of that. So check in starting tomorrow at sherwoodplayers.com. And you can actually go, there will be an /NFT, and there'll be an NFT part of our website where instead of it, obviously it's awesome that people can mint their own NFTs, that they can have access to their own work, but we really want to show independent artists, independent filmmakers, independent musicians, how they can use basic blockchain technology in a really friendly and easy to use way through True Badger, through Planet NFT, through Rypplyzz, to make an effect in the world and actually change their art. So we're going to be continuing this conversation. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and check out all of our partners. And I'm just so excited for what Sherwood Players has in the future and how we're a part of this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dave. You said it well. And I have to say thanks again. And to Randy for putting this together. I mean, you're amazing. And just, we had such a phenomenal panel today. We're going to try and get as many of us over on Clubhouse right now. We delayed the start time by a few minutes, but we're going to be logging on and getting started very soon here. And you guys, this is what it's about. We want to engage. We want interaction. We want you guys to feel like you're part of the planning and the production and the creative part and the business part, and feeling like you're getting something out of it. And I think that's our business model for Sherwood. And it seems to be the business model for all the successful people right now that are making they're making the adjustments that need to happen as technology advances, and we see things changing. Things don't ever stay the same. You're either moving forward, or if you're staying put, you're actually moving backwards. So we're always in motion, and we have to remember that we're always in motion. So you can't sit still. If you sit still,
so really quickly, but we're going to head off in a second. I do want to just connect with our audience. We've got a comment here from TJ Alex. Hopefully you and I can talk soon about what you learned about NFTs. You can also rewatch this episode at the same link. You can rewatch the entire thing. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much, Deborah Caswell, for watching through the entire episode. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys can join us on Clubhouse. We're heading over there right now. Thank you so much, guys.
And just to be very clear, it's the Sherwood Players Club, and we're hosting the room. It's called Power to the Artist. And this week's topic is NFTs, reinventing gaming and Hollywood. So look for that. Look for the Sherwood Club, and you'll see us start up. We're going to be starting up within the next 10 minutes. So thanks again, guys. Yeah, get on the app, and you can engage. We can keep the conversation going for the next 45 minutes or so. We're going to be on there. So, okay, guys.
Lovely. Thanks so much. Thanks, everyone. Later, Matt.
See you later, Dave. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This has been another awesome episode of the Sherwood Shakeup. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel.